to this. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Hill Homestead. My name is Austin, and in today's video, the plan is to tear down this eyesore of a pig pen. The thing that I am disappointed about is having to take that roof off. It has been a good roof, and it actually makes the pen look a little bit better. So we are going to try to save as much of that lumber as possible without having to cut any of it. We should just be able to unscrew everything, and it should work out just fine. Well, that could have been bad. That was my surprise. It's a bee's nest up underneath one of the panels. All right, well, not gonna play with those things today, so that's taken care of. Back to work. Wow, wish it would have been that fast putting it up, building it, but I'll take it. So now we're going to start tearing down these boards, pallets, sidewalls, things like that, to just have nothing left but the, the post standing. That's all that's left, and then we'll get this thing cleaned out. So the pigs have done a number on this gate. As you can see, bent up pretty good at the bottom. I don't know if we'll be able to save this one or not. We'll try to get it bent back because these aren't necessarily cheap gates from a price standpoint. So we'll set it to the side, try to save it. Hopefully find somebody that can weld it back together for us. I don't know, we'll see. So now that we've gotten all of the boarded sidewalls off, a lot of this old stuff is laying on the ground here. Des is now going around and just cutting the metal off of the fence, because otherwise we'd be pulling staples out of each and every one of them. So what I'm going to do is get the tractor and get all these boards cleaned up and stored away, as well as clean up this mess so I can start pulling posts. thing that could cut, some of that stuff there at the bottom is kind of covered in old pig poop or compost, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to try to do this without having to go get a chain, and just use the grapple and grab a hold of the tops of the posts and pull them up out of the ground that way. Hopefully it works, but I haven't tried doing it that way, so we might have to get the choker chain and just yank them up out of the ground, but we'll see. Well, that's a big old nope. That's been my biggest issue with this grapple, is how far the teeth are apart. You can't really grab anything other than brush or, you know, really big rounds or logs. So like firewood kind of falls right through it, and obviously these posts, it won't grab these posts either. So we're gonna go get a choker chain, or a chain if I can't find my choker chain, and we're gonna yank these things out of the ground one way or the other. Could not find the choker chain. The other chain is being used for a pin, so we're going to improvise. And I've got this heavy duty ratchet strap. All I did was loop it through itself on the back end, and I'm going to ratchet it to the grapple here, and hopefully that'll work, just pulling it up out of the ground, but we'll see. I don't know if you guys could tell on how I changed pulling those posts out. I was using that ratchet strap. I had a loop that I used as like a choker, and I would yank them out that way. Well, I was getting a little impatient, getting off the tractor, hooking it, getting back on the tractor. So I was just messing around, tried it, and well, let me show you. On the grapple, there are these small rectangles right here, and they are just big enough to where the post would slide right into that, and I would just tip my bucket until it pinched the post in, and then I would be able to just lift the bucket up, and it kept tension on it and it wouldn't let go until I tipped the bucket back forward, and then it would be able to drop it. And I likely cut off about 15 minutes of this project by doing so. On another note, I know that I have cleaned this pin out before on this channel, but I just want y'all to look at this, on how thick this bedding is just since the last time I cleaned this out. All right, so it has been 2 days since we started this project. Had to stop and leave the project for the evening. First day I worked on it. Yesterday we had other plans, so I could not come down. Whoop, you guys are stuck. Whoop. So I could not come down and work on it yesterday, but today is the day. The chickens are loving it. They're actually scratching in it right now, but we're about to ruin their fun and clean up the rest of this pig mess. So as I told you guys in the last video, I think it was the last video, one of the previous videos, is we're still trying to kind of expand this bank here. So we're just gonna take a lot of this compost and just push it over the edge. We still do have older compost that we can use in our garden. So it's really not that big of a deal for us, but that's what we're gonna do. That's the plan, is take the tractor, got the bucket on it, and just take all this stuff and push it over the bank. All right, so it is 7:45, kind of running out of daylight here, but I did get a rough grade in on this. Like I say, for nothing in particular, I just really wanted to clean this up, get the smell over the hill at least. But when you don't have a fence here and it's just nothing but open space, the space looks a lot bigger than what it actually is, I think. But there is a lot of potential for this area. I don't know if you guys can see everything, but we're definitely going to move the mulch pile, the wood chip pile, and either move it back closer to the wood line or move it to a completely different area. It is convenient having it right there by the barn, but now we have some space to move it, and you would probably almost be able to circle a truck and trailer around down here. Maybe. Might have to take out the chicken run in order to do that. But anyways, lots of potential down here, but I will come back down here another evening and get this completely prepped up and move our mulch pile around so we can see what the final product looks like. I had some second thoughts, and there's no point in me putting you guys through another time lapse moving the mulch pile and then also grading this out. But I went ahead and did that. I graded it out. It's fairly flat right now. I just need to clean up the extra fence posts, figure out where I want to put those. Not really sure right now, but I don't know if you could see it in the time lapse, but I ran a branch right into my eyeball, and I didn't have my sunglasses on because it was getting kind of dark, and I was paying attention to where the edge was instead of the branch right in front of my face. So I think I scratched my eyeball a little bit, but all's good. But folks, I think that's going to do it for today's video. I know this was not really an entertaining one by any means, satisfying maybe for some, but I am glad to have this gone. In my opinion, when we pull in the driveway, I could see it down in the barnyard. It was kind of an eyesore. kind of looked thrown together at this point because the pigs had just torn it up so bad over time. So I am happy to get this cleaned up, get this area, you know, cleared out for different things. Makes it easier to back in wood chips and things like that. But thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Thank you for watching our video. If you have nothing else to do, go back and watch some old ones. We really appreciate that. But overall, we just appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks.